Welcome to this sprinting interval training, also called sit training, where we are gonna work the hardest possible us. So we're gonna start with a warm up, getting ready, getting settled in to do the hard work. Then we are gonna work for 30 seconds for the sprint and 2 minutes in between for recovery. We have 5 rounds of the sprinting interval training, and we're gonna go with the same exercise. The first exercise we're gonna do twice. The next exercise we're going to do for 1 round, and the final exercise we're going to do for 2 rounds. So make it into that 5 rounds of the sprint, and then we're going to finish this session with some strength training using a band like this. So this one you're not going to use in the beginning. You're just going to put that out to the side. You're going to bring an exercise mat and some good shoes and maybe some water. So at the end of the session, right after the strength work with the band, we are going to do a stretching, of course, to finish everything off. Yes, I apologize for that sound of the ventilation system. It just comes off and on wherever it pleases. I have not been able to find out any kind of system in it, so I hope you can ignore it. So let's go with the warm-up, the sprint with the 5 rounds. 30 seconds on, 2 minutes in between, and the superset doing 2 different kind of exercises, and we're going to alternate between those 2 for 3 rounds, working with 45 seconds on and 15 seconds in between. I will come back to that. Make sure that you just got your equipment, exercise mat, good shoes, and the band and water, and you will find out along the way. I will make sure to guide you all the way through. So welcome to my channel, welcome to Workout by AC. Yes, we are ready, so we're just going to start out by walking in front and back again, stepping forward with our right leg and stepping back with the right leg. So forward and back, swinging our arms. Do it for 4 and 3, chin is in, chest is up, engaging our core and opposite leg, stepping forward with the opposite one, and don't forget about engaging your pelvic floor as well. Go for another 4 and swinging those arms, and 2 more, and we're gonna open up a bit, back on right leg, and we're gonna open up for a V, 2 more, stepping out to the side, opposite leg, 4 and 3 and 2, and back on right leg, swinging those arms, stepping forward and back again, 1 more, and other leg, forward and back, and 2 more. Turn this into a step touch to your right, so stepping out to the side and pulling those arms back, and come in here, a good wide position between your feet, stepping and connecting here. Go for 8 and 7, pulling arms back, and let's go for final 4 and 3, 2, and we're gonna go with a heel lift. So we're gonna go up here, narrow position between our feet, and we're gonna open up with our arms on top. So lifting those heels up towards your buttocks, and try to keep your hands above shoulder level. Chin is in, and now you're gonna push your arms out to the side, still moving those heels up and down. So pushing out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and heel in, kind of like a semi-jacks here, lifting up, and some turning here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and into center, swinging arms in front of you, up on your toes, and bring it out to the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, both arms in front of you. Chin is still in. Stay up nice and tall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and walk it out on your heels. So lifting toes up, engaging your thigh muscle and engaging your shin muscle, which is gonna bring those toes up. So keep it going here on your heels. Maybe you don't do that on a regular basis, but it's kind of important because this muscle is what lifting our foot up, so we don't get stuck in things, because we don't get those legs up and those feet up. Keep it going here on your heels, lifting knees up, lifting up. Try to keep the balance, lifting up, Toes are still up, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and into. You're standing on your left leg, swinging your right leg forward and back, getting some activation in your hip area, and do some balance training as well on standing leg. No locking in your knees, or just pull it forward. 8, 7, engage your core to keep the balance, and 4, 3, 2, and back to opposite leg. Just swinging that leg forward and back, and stay nice and put, engaging your hip area, and swinging that leg forward and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and out for a big position. Hands on your thighs, going from side to center, center and side. So engaging, do some mobilization of your spine, chin is in, pushing it down, turning. Don't put your hands straight on your kneecap, just right up above for a good safe position. One more on each, turning, center, turning and center, rolling all the way up, and getting some rotation here, bouncing in your knees and get some settling in. Yes, get those arms going like a windmill, pushing it back and back and back. Here in Denmark, we're quite fond of all these kind of windmills, so we get some good working for the climber. So pushing it back, and here we are. Yes. So hopefully you feel warmed up now, getting ready to do that sprint itself. 30 seconds on, 2 minutes recovery in between, walking around, and the first exercise we're gonna do is gonna be a star jacks. Fingers in front of here, lifting out to the side, and for modification, you can do an ordinary one. Do remember, you want to get short of breath, so maybe 30 seconds, if you're very good at pushing yourself, maybe 30 seconds feels a little bit too long, then you're just going to go as hard as you can from the beginning, and maybe for the final 10 seconds you slow down a bit, and over time you will be able to push it fully in those 30 seconds. So don't just do like this because you want to stay comfort and you want to stay being able to do it for 30 seconds. It doesn't matter if you can go for like 20 seconds or 15 seconds, pushing it full, so you really get that sensation in your body of getting short of breath. You got to do that. You have 2 minutes to recover right after, and you want to need those 2 minutes. We're going to count down here for 10 seconds, 5 rounds in all, twice the same exercise, so 2 rounds of star jacks, still with the 2 minutes in between, of course. Thumbs forward, 3, 2, and bring it up here. So chin is in, you are looking a little bit forward of you, and you're gonna bring it up, or you can go in for a ordinary jacks, and you can modify it with a heel in. It's all up to you, just as you take good care of yourself and you get the most out of those 30 seconds. You have 12 seconds left. Even though I'm stopping, you're just gonna continue. You can hear the beep in 5 seconds. Pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. 4, 3, 2, and walk it around. So just move it around. Do whatever it takes. Maybe you need to get something out of your eye. Maybe you want to pull out your underpants, or maybe you want to pull up your thighs, your tights, or whatever it's called. You can just do whatever you please. Get some water. Do something within those 2 minutes. Just sit down, don't stay still. 1 minute and 30 seconds. And we're gonna repeat this exercise with the star jacks, and then we're gonna move on for 1 round of a new exercise, and then we have the 2 final one with another exercise. So yes, I know you can't wait to hear what's going on after, but now you have to get ready for the next round of the star jacks, or maybe the ordinary jacks. You just do what fits you to get out of that comfort zone. You know everything is just temporary. You know, when we get short of breath, it's not gonna last forever. We'll settling back down again, breathing normally. Even though it can feel a little bit hard to believe right where we are at it. So move it around here. We have 40 seconds before second round of 30 seconds of that star jacks. Do remember to pull those arms up in front of you, not out to the side. This is too much for your shoulder joint. Bring it in front. I want you to get better and stronger. I don't want you to get injured. So walking around for 10-20 seconds. Back in the 80s, maybe not the 80s, but in the 90s when I started teaching aerobic, we always did this and so many people had shoulder injuries. 10 seconds, thumbs are forward, thumbs are up. You are ready for that second round of star jacks. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it up. Just a little bit of a bend in your knees, not as low as a jump squat. Pushing those arms forward, or come back into here, back again with those maybe 15 seconds or 1. Keep it going. You gotta inhale, you gotta exhale, you gotta keep thinking positive thinking. I can do this. I'm with you. I feel it. I know I can do it for 8 seconds. Let's go. Bring it up. Bring those arms out to the side. Chin is in. And here we are. Yes. That was your second round for the star jacks. Now we're gonna go with a new exercise for just 1 round. Keep walking, keep moving around. That exercise is gonna be high knees from side to side here. High knees stop, and you can go with here, bouncing up here, or you can go all the way in here, lifting up, engaging your core. 1 minute and 30 seconds for that one. And when that is completed, you only have 2 more sprint to go. Yes, you want to feel that you need to have those 2 minutes in between. Walk it around. 1 more minute. And do remember, besides sprinting interval training here on my channel, you can also find different kind of high intensity interval training. You can find strength training, you can find yoga, you can find Pilates, you can find connecting tissue, you can find so many different kind of sessions here, and that is for you to get a lot of ways to get in shape back there at home. I think I have over like 400 different kind of session here on my channel, so that should be something that fits all fitness levels, but you want to pick those, put them into a good system for you to do. I recommend doing sprinting interval training a maximum of twice a week. 10 seconds, shoulders down, and let's go within 6 seconds. We are going with that sideways knee lift, so lifting up here. Arms are coming up, swinging them overhead, pulling like a half of a circle, pulling it down, in with that chin, pushing it, knees coming up, bring it to the side, yes. Or do the jogging from side to side if that knee lift is too much, yes. 10 more seconds. Lifting, lifting, do remember you have 2 minutes recovery, and only 1 for this one. Yes. So, walking around, and then we have that final exercise, doing that twice, and you have completed your sprint for today. So, I always seem to get into a long sentence just before we hit it off with the sprint, but I was about to say is that I recommend doing specific sit training like twice a week. If you love working out, you can do it maybe 1 more time, or else I would recommend you doing some high intensity resistance training where we go, for example, for 45 seconds of high knees, 15 seconds in between, and then we're going to do some biceps work, so we combine the pulse and the strength training in 1 session. I do know that if you're here because you've been listening to Dr. Sims, Stacy Sims, regarding the most effective way to get in shape with the sprinting interval training, I do know it can kind of make things a little bit confusing up in your head because, oh no, we need the 2 minutes recovery. And I just want to say that way before I knew about sprinting interval training, I did high intensity resistant training, and that made really wonders for me. I got rid of the excessive fat and I started to toning my body. So just saying, there's many different ways, and your body loves to guess what you're doing. So you should absolutely do different kind of training for your body and for your brain. So you can also find in Dr. Sims' book, Raw Next Level, you can absolutely find, I will be back rambling again. We're going to do jump squat forward and back for that next 2 rounds of the set. So get ready, 5 seconds. I will be back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So bring it forward, bring it back. This is going to be a final sprint exercise for today. We're going to do it for 2 rounds. You can go with some totally body extension, jumping up and down. You can do an ordinary jump squat on the spot. Keep going for 12 seconds. Forward and back, pushing your buttocks back, knee behind toes, all the way through. 5, 4, 3, and here we are. Yes. So walking around. That was round number 4. So we only have 1 round left, which is going to be that jump squat forward and back for 1 more round. Yes, finishing off what I was about to say before we did this jump squat forward and back is, if you have Dr. Sims, Stacy Sims books, Next Level or Raw, you will be, I can't remember exact page, but around page 80, I think, you will be, I have a little bit of a session here, a video where I tell about it, and you can find all different kind of ways to work out, like Tabata, HIIT, and many different kind of ways, all grounded in our interval training. So of course, when she goes out into the social media, she don't want to confuse things up, so she kind of get into this with the sprinting interval training with the 30 seconds on and 2 minutes recovery, but there is many different ways to do it. You can do like the Tabata, where you do full-blown high knees for 20 seconds and 10 seconds in between. Again, we want to do vibration for our body to keep it guessing, both mind and body. Yes, we have 35 seconds. If anything sounds confusing, you're just gonna put a comment below and I will get back to you. 25 seconds before we do the final jump squat forward and back. Do make sure you keep your chin in. Do make sure that you push your buttocks back even though you're jumping forward, and the same when we are jumping back again. No injuries in your knees. Final round, push it all you have. 10 seconds left. Get ready, good distance between your feet, engaging core, pelvic floor. 4, 3, 2, and go. Final one here. So get into that good level in your knees. Bring your arms back and pushing it back. Keep chin in and keep chest up. And you're gonna go, because there's only 14 seconds left. You can do this because this is your final sprint for today, and we're gonna do a little bit of strength exercises. Keep going for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and high five to you. Yes, beautiful. So we're gonna turn this, you're gonna get some water, and again, give yourself a high five. You're gonna grab your exercise band, and we're gonna do a standing and a lying exercise for 3 rounds, working now for 45 seconds, 15 seconds in between, and alternative between those exercises for 3 rounds. Yes. So we are ready for the first one. We're gonna stand on top of the band. You're just gonna wiggle around your hands and shoulders are back, and we're gonna do a front raise and a lateral shoulder raise. So first up here and here. If this is too much, you can of course stand with only 1 foot on the band, doing a little bit lighter, or you can go with a bit of a bended elbows instead for a less stabilization issue around your shoulder belt. So 45 seconds. The second one, we're gonna go down and do some glute bridge pump. I will be back for that. I have 15 seconds to show you that. So wrap it around here, shoulders are back, front raise, and bring it up. 45 seconds, leaning back a bit forward, out to the side, shoulders are down. You can always, of course, go with a single arm here, a single arm here, and maybe single here or both. Your hand is turning upwards and you are gonna pull those shoulders back and make sure that you still have a neck, so you're not like this. And you are gonna lean forward when you do that. Fly out to the side, you're gonna stay straight up when you do this one. Try not to be standing with locked knees, just a little bit of a bend and shoulders back. So lifting up, leaning forward, bring it up. Yep, lying down, get that band over your hips, and we're gonna put those hands down and we're gonna stay up and have a nice and tight band, and we're gonna stay here up and pumping. Hands down, yes. Lifting, squeezing, and this is a good way to combine with your pelvic floor. So having a hard time keeping that pelvic floor in place when we do the jumping, this is a good way for you to get a little bit more of a work. So squeezing, slightly extension in your lower back on the way down, and engaging both glutes and pelvic floor here. Shoulders are back, squeezing, pushing up. Feel your glutes. Not all the way down, just a little bit down and up again. No hyperextension in your lower back. Relax your upper body. Squeezing, pushing up, yes. Up for a standing position. You have 15 seconds to get ready up here for the front and the lateral shoulder fly. Wrap it around. Yes, shoulders back and up we go. So make sure that you have the band as tight as possible for you to do it with the best possible quality. Chin is in. Stay up straight, doing the front raise, shoulders back and leaning a bit forward. Squeezing, elbows up. Round number 2 out of 3. Five seconds. Yes. Back down again. Doing the Glutebridge pump. Nice and tight over your hips. Chin in and bring it up here. Squeezing glutes and engage core and of course pelvic floor. Pull that band down so you feel the resistance from the band. Pushing away from your heels. Squeezing. So keep it up in an upright position here. Up we go, squeezing slowly down. Relax your shoulders, you just keep your hands down. Keep moving. 4. Yep. One more of each, and then we do the stretching. Ready? Get up right here, and 2 and 1. So you can actually get a lot out of bringing a band with you, traveling. You can get a lot of resistance if you tied it up. And a bit lighter than using and bringing a set of dumbbells. That could fast be what you are able to bring along on a plane, so that is not a good way of doing it. But then you can do some body weight exercises. Always good to keep yourself going on the run. 5 seconds, slowly down, lifting up and down. Yep. One final exercise and ready for stretching. 4 seconds. And pumping. So as most of you know, I'm from Denmark. It's a little bit country, and no, it's not a part of Sweden, it's not a part of Finland, it's not a part of Norway, it's not a part of Germany, even though our land borders are connected. Denmark is a little country, and there's not, of course there's much to see. It's actually a very pretty country, but I like to travel and see different kind of things, and hopefully with all the things going on in the world, we'll still be able to get out and visit different kind of countries. But what I was about to say is I always bring a band or something like a TRX with me, because I like to stay in shape when I'm on the road. So just coming back here and feet out to the side, opening up, and hands pushing a little bit out and relaxing your shoulders. And inhaling, relaxing, and just breathing slowly. So if I go like on vacation for like 2 or 3 weeks, I find it is a little bit too long not to doing anything. I know it's great walking around, sightseeing and everything, but I like to do some strength training as well. When I was younger, it didn't matter, but now I feel that everything gets a little bit quickly out of shape. So I bring a band or something else to get in shape. And sometimes, let's go on one side here, and sometimes I actually like to find a fitness center and just join a workout. And last time, maybe some of you know I've been telling about this before, I did a body combat workout in where was that? In Taipei, in Taiwan, I think. But a great thing was, I was about to say it was in English, but it wasn't. So I just tried to follow along, and the teacher was very nice and said some of the words in English, but else I just had to kind of follow along and looking at what he was doing. But it's fun to visit different kind of places around the world. Yes, doing exercises. Opposite side, and bring that knee up, and just a slight bend in your elbow, pushing your hip forward, and feel the stretch over your knee and your hip area. Some years ago, I was usually when my kids were younger, we usually went to places like where we had a house and we had for example, a swimming pool, and I did some workouts. You will be able to find some session here on my channel doing in Sicily and different kind of places. But for the last few years, we've been traveling to places where it's kind of a bit of a hard to do a session, like being in a small little bit of a room in Japan or different kind of places in Asia. So I kind of had to give a little bit up on that, even though I thought it was a fun way to do workouts around the world. Yes, up on our toes, and bring your upper body close to your lower body. Get a good nice stretch in your hamstring and your glute muscle, your lower back, and just rolling up vertebra by vertebra, shoulders back here. And we are so close to the end of this session. I hope you had a good time. I hope you can feel that you are alive and kicking, and I just can't ask you enough to go around and do different kind of workouts here on my channel. And some of you are excellent at doing that, giving me all kind of different kind of feedbacks, and I love that, and I love to communicate with you out there. So keep putting all those positive comments, and also you can always ask me a question and I will get back as good as possible. So also very happy for you when you are telling me how good you're getting, how you get rid of your back pain, and how you can feel that you get in a better and better shape by doing my session. It makes me very, very happy. So keep coming with those comments. I love that. So also you're welcome to put suggestions what to do here at my channel, as long as it fits into kind of what I am about, and yeah, feeling like, and what I think is, of course, evidence-based is the best way for us women to work out on our way to menopause and being in our menopause.